Hey, welcome back. This is the Argonaut, and we are here in Adobe Photoshop. Why Adobe Photoshop? Well, I decided to do something a little bit different. So obviously my main focus on my channel is gaming, but I also like to paint things sometimes, digitally of course. And so I figured I would do kind of a time-lapse video of a painting I just finished. So yeah, I thought it'd be something cool, get something different on the channel, and yeah, see what you guys think about this. I'm probably planning to do some more in the future, so that'll be cool. But anyways, what I am doing is, so I've also mentioned in the past that I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and I have a new character, and that was the name up in the top left corner is Jardyn. Jardyn is well, she is my new character, so I figured I would do a painting of her. I usually do a painting of all my new characters, just to kind of get a feel for their look, and I feel like it helps kind of inform my role-playing a little bit too, if I just kind of know what they look like. But she is a Triton, so she is a essentially sort of like a aquatic folk, kind of a merfolk, if you will, but more humanoid, doesn't have a, fishtail, etc. And yeah, she is a Valor bard as far as classes go in D&D, which means she is a spellcaster, but she's like, kind of rough and tumble and up in the middle of the fight and stuff. She's obviously wearing heavy armor, which is what I'm trying to design right now, trying to figure out a look for. And yeah, she's basically up in the thick of it, trying to inspire her comrades, either by, like pep talks or just general harassment, and chastising them. But yeah, she's a potent force in the battlefield, and I thought I would give her a very heroic pose, bellowing out, to battle or something like that. But yeah, so I started with a loose sketch of just kind of get the body position. I went in and refined it a little bit, and tried to figure out some of the armor design, which I wasn't, super sure on, but I think I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And at this point, I am just going back over, getting some more detailed line work done, and then I'm going to end up eventually starting to paint. So this was it was a good exercise for me personally, just to work on painting, you'll see in a minute, vastly different skin tones, because she is kind of like blue and green, and also working on painting armor and stuff, so I'm still not super confident in my ability to do that, but it's practice and I enjoy it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun working on this piece. I was listening to some power metal the whole time. Just really getting in the mood. If you guys haven't checked out Visigoth, you should check out Visigoth. The whole album, Revenant King, was blasting the whole time I was painting this. But yeah, I'll probably let the video play out a little bit, and I'll catch back up with you in a little bit. Yes, the very important webbed toes. So here at this point, I've pretty much finished up the line work. I'm pretty happy with how the lines came out for the most part. And yeah, just working on this little cape feature. I thought, you know, kind of needed something here to balance out the space. And you know, hey, she's a warrior. It's a little bit tattered there too. But we'll start painting in a second. I kind of wanted to get a kind of deep sea vibe with her skin tones, kind of inspired by you know, those very like those fish, those creepy looking fish that are deep in the water. So I mean, she was actually so the way she was introduced, my character died in our group, and the way my DM introduced my character, we kind of worked on it, and she was frozen in ice for a long period of time. So I know she's very hardy, very adapted to the cold. So I thought, you know, she would probably look a bit more like those, you know, deep sea angler fish, etc. Man, not as scary looking, obviously, though maybe a bit, you know, pretty intimidating. But yeah, at this point I'm working on the skin tones. Obviously, I had a lot of fun doing it. You know, I was kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I don't really have any reference for this. My mistake too is I also didn't really shoot much reference aside from just the pose. No, you will not see the reference of me doing that pose. I'm sorry. Maybe if we hit like 10,000 views on this video, then sure. Yeah, I need to work on preparing reference a bit more. I think I do that in this new painting I'm working on, that I will probably put on the channel, which should be pretty fun. But yeah, just working on skin tones, trying to get those like little hints of other colors in there. Those little like reds around the knees. I like how that came out. I gotta get the web feet, of course, too. But pretty soon I think I start hopping in on, yes, the fabric. Yeah, I figured she had just kind of a tunic underneath. And then we'll eventually get working on the armor. And yeah, I'll let it play out for a little bit more too. So here I was working on the shield, and you know, I kind of thought that it looked like just a giant blank space. It's just this brown object. So I was thinking, A, it's a magical shield. It is a shield of arrow catching. So basically it is good at, well, not really catching arrows, but deflecting them. So I was thinking that, like, oh, I should put some sort of like symbol or rune or something on the inside of it that's kind of like giving off some kind of magical glow, etc. So I toyed around with a bunch of ideas. I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing as far as making cool little symbols like this. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, but I don't know, I was relatively happy with what came of it. And yeah, here I just kind of set it and warped it to the shield there. Got everything else painted pretty much at this point except for her longsword. Which I'm pretty happy with how most things came out. I wasn't crazy about how the breastplate came out, but you know, I think it's alright. It's good enough for what it is. And though I liked how the thigh armor did come out. But here I'm just trying to figure out kind of an interesting glow effect for it. And I'm pretty happy with how that looks, but I decided, you know what, I kind of want to go with that, you know, that kind of bluish, deep blue theme. So I went with the kind of blue glow here. I'm experimenting more with you know, blending styles and stuff, but I liked how that looks right there. So, and I'm gonna hop in and kind of hit the glow here, because it would be reflected on the armor as well as her skin, and I think it kind of adds a nice little cool lighting element too. I'm pretty happy with how that symbol came out. So I could have worked on it a little more, but you know, I was pretty happy with the amount of time I put into it. So I could nitpick all day and drive myself crazy and never finish any paintings. So, but at this point, I wanted to get this done, and I wanted to get it, you know, edited so I could get it out to you people. What do you mean, you people? So, yeah, here I'm just finishing up the sword, and voila, we just have to get. I also thought, you know, she should be kind of grounded a bit in the scene, so I added just a little bit of dirt, floor, whatever, ground, wherever she is. Skipped ahead there, obviously. And there we have it. You know, just a little something, and voila, there's the final piece. So yeah, pretty happy with how it came out. Got a little close-up shots, her seaweed green hair. And yeah, pretty happy with that. So I hope you like it, and if you want to subscribe, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever we play next or whatever we paint next.